Alright, good evening and welcome to All the Cooking. We are going to make chocolate chip cookies this evening. And I have my two helpers with me because they have been wanting to make cookies all day long. So we are just making a very basic chocolate chip cookie. Typically the recipe you find is on the back of the bag. So we are just going to basically mix everything together in our bowl in front of us and then throw them in the oven. So before we start, we're going to actually turn the oven on so it can preheat. So we're going to put it on 375. Alright, and we are going to put our butter in our bowl first. And for our recipe, we need 1 cup of butter. And so one stick of butter is a half a cup. So we're going to use 2 sticks of butter.
Okay, very important.
And it's going to be softened already. So we had it sitting out for a few hours.
And we're gonna take them out when they're done.
Yes. So we had the butter sitting out already because that way it gets nice and soft. You don't have to worry about it not mixing. You don't want it cold because then it won't blend well with the rest of your ingredients. And you don't want it to be melted and warm. So yes, Oliver, you are correct. You don't want it to be hot because when you do that, what happens is when you mix in your egg, it actually starts to cook the egg, and you don't want it to do that either because that gets kind of gross, and nobody wants to eat partially cooked egg in a cookie. So we are going to mix our butter, sugar, and eggs first. So we already have our butter. Now we're going to add our sugar, which we need a 3/4 cup of white sugar and 3/4 cup of brown sugar.
Brown sugar?
Yeah.
What's brown sugar?
I will show you.
Okay.
In just a moment. Let me get this first.
That looks like snow.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
And soaked.
Alright, so we have to go to this number right there.
Because it's white and that looks like snow.
So,
Is that the brown sugar?
yep, so this is the brown sugar.
That's cool. Is this for cookies?
It's for cookies, yep.
And for brownies.
Yeah, you can use it for brownies.
Can I smell it? I want to smell it too.
Just smells like sugar.
Yep. This
Looks so
cool. Sometimes I eat snowballs. Well, me too.
Alright, and then so we have our butter, our sugar.
Those look like eyes.
Now we are putting in our
Hey,
eggs.
Mama.
Hold on, honey. And it calls for 2 eggs.
Those look like
So.
eyes. Hey, Mama.
Yes, love.
Those look like eyes, the eggs.
Kind of do, don't they?
Yeah. And they look like mustard or banana.
Seriously? Quit.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're just going to mix it up. I like to mix things up by hand. You can use a hand mixer if you like. You can use a KitchenAid if you like.
Or a blender. Yep.
No, you don't want to use a blender, honey. Not for cookies.
But not for cake.
You can use a mixer for that.
Yeah.
You can use a blender for other things.
Yeah.
So you just want to get it nice. Yes, honey. You just want to get it nice. Yes, in just a second.
Okay.
You just want to get it nice and incorporated together.
Looks so cool.
See?
It looks so cool.
Alright, so we have the butter, the sugar, and the eggs.
Yep.
Please get down.
And we get
Okay, you need to back up, honey. Now we are going to do our flour. Hold on. Our flour, our salt, our baking soda, and our vanilla. And then last but not least, the chocolate chips. What, love?
Can we taste the batter?
After it's cooked, yes.
Okay.
Or after it's all blended together, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have added 1 cup of butter, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and 3/4 cup of white sugar. And now we are going to add 2 1/4 cup of flour. So watch out, buddy.
Ooh, why do you have a spoon in there?
So that I can use it for measuring.
Oh, what?
It looks like an ice cream scoop or shovel.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a shovel, doesn't it?
And that looks like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Oh, an ice cream bowl.
Okay, so there's 2 cups.
Yep.
And then we need 1/4 cup.
Ooh.
What's a quarter?
Yeah.
1/4 cup? 1/4 cup?
What's a quarter of a cup?
Well, you have 4 parts, so it's
Whoa.
1/4 of that.
What is this for? Oh, for the vanilla.
Yeah, it's for the vanilla. Okay, so we have our
Well, you like vanilla ice cream too.
flour in there.
Now we need to stir.
Now we need not yet.
What is
Now
that?
we're gonna add our teaspoon of salt.
Salt.
And I have this
Also,
right here,
yeah.
and it actually can measure a couple different sizes of teaspoon. You alright?
Yep.
So it's kind of nice
I
because
actually
then
did it,
you open it all the way up and it's a full teaspoon.
but I hurt my
So-
toe.
You alright?
Yep.
So we have 1
Why do you put?
teaspoon of salt.
Why do you put salt in there?
Because. And then get down, honey. And then we have
I'm gonna scoot you in so I
1
don't fall
teaspoon.
again. What?
Uh,
Hey, Mom. Can I scoot you a little bit more so I don't fall again?
yes, Lovey. Baking soda.
Baking soda.
And then we will add our 1 teaspoon of
Vanilla.
vanilla.
Looks like chocolate. It looks like
Yeah,
syrup.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Now we just need to stir, right?
Yep.
What the
We're gonna
heck?
stir it up. Yeah, you can stir it. Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me put the lid on this. Okay, stir it up. Don't make a mess.
Now don't let me in have a turn.
Thank you. Here, buddy.
Thank you.
Don't make a mess. Please.
This is a little bit hot.
It's alright. You do what you can, and then I can finish it.
Because she has strong arms. Hard, huh?
Hot as sword.
You want me to do the rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So,
My arm hurts.
your arm hurts.
Yeah, because of the road.
Mine doesn't.
So I'm just going to take everything off the sides.
Ooh.
Make sure it gets all incorporated.
Like looks like snow.
It kind of does look like snow, doesn't it?
I was touching my hand.
Was she?
So do we have to put like
I guess she likes it.
in here or in the oven?
We're going to put it in the oven. But we have to add our chocolate chips still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
what
I
can
eat?
help with that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I eat one of the chocolate chips?
In just a minute.
Okay.
We just
Alright,
have to
Because
take
So-
I love chocolate.
hmm This particular recipe calls for 10 ounces of
chocolate chip.
chocolate chips. This is a 12-ounce bag. I always just add the whole.
Aw.
But we're going to keep a few aside
For
because
So as to
she
eat.
would like some, and so almost a 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips. And then as you can see, we're just mixing it all together. And our oven is almost,
Can we taste something?
in a second, buddy, is almost preheated. So in the time that it took us,
Because you always let us taste something.
yep, to mix this together, the oven is about preheated.
So
So,
look what cookware is.
right, here, look out, I gotta grab the pan. Alright, so we have a spoon. And then we have our tray.
Mean pan.
Yep. So I like, well, because that's what it is.
Ah! Oh, that's lovely. That was explosive.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to put aluminum foil down on my trays when I make cookies.
I want to do the first
Hold on a
one.
second.
I'm gonna do one too. Or I'll help.
Yep.
Yes. Because that way you can, honey, you can put a batch in and then you can take them off the tray, let them cool, throw another batch in on the same foil without having to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look. I needed that spoon.
Mom.
I know, honey, it's just telling me it's ready.
Oh.
Okay. So now we're just going to
Get the
portion them out. Ooh.
That one's not even ready.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Rondo.
Alright. So you can do as big as you want, but I always do at least like a normal spoon size. So about a tablespoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some.
Me too. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I like cookie dough.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Not cake dough.
No, not cake dough.
What's cake dough?
I mean, it's batter. Just
Yeah.
cake
Okay.
batter.
Yeah, just cake dough. But we're...
Can we help?
In just a sec. You can help on the next batch.
Yeah, because we get to eat some.
Yep.
But not all of it.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
gonna
so...
take some for more cookies.
Yes. So when I typically do my first batch, I don't put that many on the tray because I'd like to see. I like to see how far they spread apart, and then that way I can either add more or move them around a little bit. So look out, please.
They look good.
Okay, now you need to get out of the way. I gotta put that in there.
Okay. Do I have to?
No.
Okay.
Ah,
Get down.
that was fun.
Okay. So
Oh, why did you put your Yeti in my soup?
Mom did.
Oh,
there's our cookie dough. Cookies. Watch out. I got
that was a
open
little funny.
and we are going to put them in. It says 9 to 11 minutes, so I always start at the bottom of the amount just because I don't want to put it at 11 and then potentially
Now I can
burn
put-
them.
Now I get
so
to put my
we are going to let them bake for 9 minutes and then we're going to check them. Okay, so our first timer went off and we're just going to check the cookies. So as you can see, they're starting to get nice and brown around the edge, but then they're still kind of doughy in the middle. So we're gonna put them back in for a couple more minutes. Remember, we put them in at 9 minutes and they could have gone to 11, so we're gonna check it after another 2. Okay, so our timer went off a second time and they look way better. So for our next batch and until we use the rest of our cookie dough, we will put them in for 11 minutes. So we're gonna take them off of there and put them on our cooling rack.
Okay, I'll drink it tomorrow.
Hey,
No.
shh.
No, that's the human seal.
And there we have our first batch cooling, our dough, and we're gonna do another batch. And you can also see that they didn't they didn't rise too much, so they didn't bleed into each other, which is nice. So, I'm going to use the same size spoon, and about like that. So, the nice thing is about the foil also is you have this, basically the marks from the cookies that just came off of there, so you know exactly where to place them. And also remember, for my particular oven, I set it at 375, and we did a total of 11 minutes. But I also have a gas oven, and I know each oven is a little bit different. You know, depends on if it's gas or electric. Even depends on if it's how old it is, how new it is, that kind of stuff. So, basically you're gonna keep doing this process until they're completely finished, and then we will get our picture and our testers to taste the cookies to see how they are. Okay, alright, so we're gonna have our testers, and then see what they think of our cookies.
Can you taste them now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mmm.
Are they good? Are they good? Alright. Thank you.
You're welcome.